Hello everyone, welcome to We the People, an American pod show. Tonight we got Zurich, Will, and Q hanging out in the studio, and they are with HipHop Friends. So, I want to introduce you to my friends, the HipHop Friends. We have, first off,
Zurich from the inner city of Detroit.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. All the way out here from Detroit, man?
Oh yeah. This program, is really, this organization has really done a lot, for me. And, I just really want to be successful, and it's something I'm passionate about, just coming from where I come from, seeing a lot of kids come and go. So it was always I want to be the one that be a part of something that's good, since I was always raised around something that was bad.
Right.
So, this more of, a thing that I'm passionate about.
So in case you guys don't know, we're in Portland filming. So, Detroit.
Yes.
To Portland.
Yes.
With HipHop Friends.
HipHop and Friends. Yes.
So it's HipHop and Friends.
And Friends. Yes.
Okay, got you. Man, I like it. it. So we have Zurich then, right?
Yes.
And then we have Will.
Yep.
So.
Pleasure to meet you.
Where are you from, Will?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Next door neighbor.
Right. I don't really know where they're at on the map, man.
You got Chicago and Detroit, literally Midwest.
They're right there, right?
Yeah, we are right there, right next to each other. He's to my right.
And there's the big lake.
Yeah,
right?
Lake Michigan. So that's what separates us for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing. Me and Lawrence, and Mr. Engelman, author and illustrator of these two wonderful books. We've been friends for over 25 years.
Okay.
So all of our adult lives, we've been, rocking together, working to make things better. For a lot of youth, given opportunities to get out of bad environments. Known this guy for quite a few years, 10 years.
Yeah.
So we make long-lasting friendships.
Right.
And this business, with HipHop and Friends is a new venture that we've all jumped into because we believe in it.
How new?
Oh, it started in 2018 of last year.
Really May
of this year.
May.
Okay.
What, 17?
Of this year.
So talk to me then about the mission. What's the mission?
The mission is to put our books in the hands of kids that really need them, first of all.
Okay.
All right. So both these books they have a purpose. I Can't was written. Lawrence's daughter actually was written a long time ago, but his daughter was born with cerebral palsy, and that really was a inspiring love note to her that turned into a book. Okay. So that book is telling any kid they may be going through obstacles, trials and tribulations, not to give up, not to quit, to always fight for what you want in life. Don't believe in what people tell you that you can and cannot be.
Right.
Don't let people tell you that you have limitations. Whether you're from this country, minority, gay, lesbian, transgender, whatever it is, no limitations. I can and can't stands for that. So that book is meant for you to keep pushing through. And this book, Many Shoes, Too Many to Choose, is actually one of my favorites. Yes. This book right here represents, which you see the character on here, that has a lot of shoes. So this character has all these shoes, and you notice the little bee over there has no shoes. That means this book is about giving, those that may have much, and not treating someone that has little differently. As you can tell around Oregon, it's a lot of people that are kind of going through a struggle.
Right.
And there are a lot of people that's giving, helping. So it's about love, belief, and giving.
This is pretty cool. So do you guys then go around to schools and engage with the students, or how do you?
We have been going to the parks locally. We have been at the malls, Vancouver, Washington.
So you're just going right to the people.
We're going straight to the people. Yeah. This is for the people. We worked very hard when we first got started. We wanted the books to be in the elementary schools because these are starter books, 4 to 8.
Right.
Ran into some brick walls, some adversities there. The school administrative board kind of blocked us from sending free books.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. These books are free.
And did they read them themselves? Or?
Some people did. Some people are for us, and some people, they're giving us the resistance. Why? We have no idea. We do know that, these books are good, that anybody that reads them, looks at them, they love them. They also come with 2 free apps that read the book out completely.
Oh, is that
yeah. So when you open up that first page,
we have interactive apps.
2 interactive apps right there. They scan it and they get the apps for free.
Got you. And so is that app like lead to like
Free
positivity?
Oh yeah, it's actually
the
the book.
but it's
Yes.
interactive.
It's interactive, and it
Okay.
completely reads out
You got
to small
coloring
children that
books,
might not can't
puzzles.
read just yet. So yeah, like you said, puzzles, coloring books.
Sweet.
You know, it's pretty fun. It keep if you have a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, it'll keep them out your hair for a couple hours.
Right. So check it out, folks. We got Blues the Bee.
That's right.
Yes.
We got Hip Hop the Rabbit. We got the old G,
Grizzly.
G, the Grizzly.
Yes.
We got Rhythm the Rat, and we got Honey Bunny.
Honey bun.
Honey Bunny.
I don't know if you guys can see that. You try to get close. Boom. And when I read through this thing, it's like, well, this shot right here, it's like, I will not and cannot change my mind. And it's like talking on positivity and negativity, and looking like lean more towards the positive and change your mind. You know,
Yes.
you can. You just
Exactly.
got to be wanting to do it. And if you can't, then you can't.
Exactly.
And that's what you're telling yourself, is that you can't do it.
And there's always improvement in practice. you know.
Right.
And every kid does that.
Well,
Say what they
even,
can.
Even us adults do that.
We all do it. Every kid does it. You know, when you first get that bicycle, I don't know how you guys learned,
Can't
but
ride, you know.
I had a dad. There was no training wheels involved. Just straight bicycle, no helmet, no elbow pads, no knee pads. Just put you on the bicycle and shove you.
Right.
And tell you to keep going.
Good luck.
Well, that's what he did. This is in the alleys of
Yo.
Chicago where I learned to ride a bicycle. Not the park, the alley in Chicago where garbage can bins are right there.
On the sides.
In the glass, so yeah, got pretty scraped up and nicked up, but
Right.
I learned to ride very fast because I didn't want to fall into more garbage cans and glass. So
Right.
it was and the first time I fell, I told my mom I can't do it. I had I was nicked up, and she said get back out there, and after I wiped away my little tears and got back out there, fell probably several more times. Severely before I finally I can't leave that out severely. Got a couple of scars from that, but I eventually learned how to ride. So that book was me in like every kid.
So did your alleys have like was it like the gravel was on top of the concrete, or was it like the potholes?
Very potholes,
Mud puddles.
potholes.
Yeah.
This,
I can't even talk about why.
this,
You got dig dogs, cats.
this is the
bodies.
south side of Chicago.
Oh man.
This the south side of
Everything.
Chicago. This is when someone nails a crate up to the pole,
Right,
and that's the
start playing
basketball goal.
Yeah.
So talk to me how you ended up in Portland with this venture. How did that happen?
Well, we came in from LA because I've done quite a bit of traveling. Me and Lawrence and Zorkia and Q, we do quite a bit of traveling.
Okay.
We were looking for some place to really stick our feet, into and dig in. And we heard of one of our friends here that we knew he had all the contacts. He runs an organization called Friends of the Children. His name is Duncan Campbell.
Okay.
So we knew that if we linked up with him and get involved with some of the contacts that he may have, because the reality of the matter is, if you're in music, if you're in business, if you're if you want to be an artist, even sometimes an athlete, it's not always how good you are. You have to know somebody.
Right.
And with connections. And that's the number one thing that we needed, people with connections in order to help us get these books off the ground, get the organization off the ground.
Right.
We sincerely just want to provide literacy,
Right.
to help kids that are going through rough times. That's what these books are meant for.
Right,
These
so
books
motivate them,
are
inspire
meant
them.
to go to an environment where kids feel like they're being held down, or might not be, feel like they're being counted out.
Right.
So it's meant to kind of pick them up a little bit and let them know that, it's not just you guys, it's a little bit of everybody that goes through this process.
So talk to me about the model then, because is it my mind's saying, because it's hip hop and friends, is it like you're doing shows, raising funds, and then you're building the books and giving them away?
Yeah, the characters of our books
Is
are
that
absolutely
right?
It's
That's what my mind's saying.
it's based like it's kind of like we go to the wealthy people and they sponsor the program. Like they help us get the books into the school.
Okay.
So they fund
Robin
our
Hood.
program.
Robin
So
Hood.
where's the hip hop? Is that for the
No,
characters?
here's what hip hop
just-
comes from. Lawrence was in the music business,
Okay.
put out 2 albums.
There we go.
All right, and so when he started writing the books, we just, we needed a name, and since just put it mildly, this is the black version of Dr. Seuss.
Gotcha.
So, this is the, so we hip hop and friends because these guys are, as you can hear by the name, Honey Bunny, OG Grizzly, a Rhythm the Rat. These guys come from our environment.
Right.
The biggest thing influencing children today,
hip hop. Yeah, for sure, man. 100%.
It's the number one
100%.
crossover language in the world. It binds everybody.
they don't even know that they learn.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had that conversation on multiple occasions. A friend of mine, he works with Office Depot, and in the office room, so he oversees this space, and in the office, he had it tagged up with like all hip hop. Well, I don't want to even say just all hip hop, but hip hop influence because it's graffiti, right?
Right.
But it was a beautiful piece of art, and it was all pieces from this space, so like the St. John's Bridge, the Rip City sign, the mountain, I forget.
Mount Hood.
Mount Hood.
Yeah.
So it was all different pieces of this space, and he's like, goes back to the corporate, and and he's like, check this out, here's what I did,
Right.
and they're like, what? And he's like, trust me, it's gonna work. And I believe hip hop is, so right now there's this whole business movement, right, about empowered employees.
Yes.
So my background, I studied business, and the big talk was empowering your employees, giving them the freedom to express themselves, give them that space instead of forcing them to do something. Allow them to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Give them that space to do it. And if that's truly what they want to do, then they're going to dive in and be super passionate about it. And they're going to take it maybe even further than what you could have even thought. And so there's that whole movement. And to me, that sounds a lot like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like freedom of expression.
Right.
When you see somebody throwing up a piece, right? They're throwing up their expression. They're coming, and we can even transition through the arts, and you can show a change, right? And you can show something that's good or a progression, or you can even take what maybe comes off as dark, and you can say, this was dark and this was what it was. But now look what I've turned it into. I've taken it and turned it into this beautiful remembrance piece where you look back,
Well, that's kind of like if you look at, a recently slain artist, Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Some people looked at him just as a rapper at one point in time.
Yeah,
but as
so
people started to follow him and realize the transition was occurring, that he's in the community, he's empowering, he has studios, he's working with felons, people that needed an opportunity. He's giving free things to the community to come in. Hey, you need some help. He's giving jobs away, the whole nine.
Right.
So when he passed, people really that veil was lifted, and people were like, man, this guy was not what some people thought that he was. The same thing with Snoop Dogg, and there's a whole list of whether it's Jay-Z or P. Diddy or whoever may be. It's a whole lot of LeBron. That's more than just an athlete. It's more than just music.
Right.
Behind the scenes, they have big goals, and with this, we have big goals. We just don't want to make the books sell and be in everywhere. No, we have bigger goals. And we want this thing to eventually take it as far. A TV show.
Yeah, we got to shoot.
We shoot. We clothing apparel. We got it. We got our own clothing line.
Wait, hold up.
Oh yeah.
Let me see.
I would take that off.
Let's see.
Got our own clothing line. That's a HipHop Friends shoe.
What? Hey, can you pan that camera to me? Put that camera over here.
We're all over the place.
Look at that.
We've got goals, man. That is snakeskin right there on the front. That's real.
Look at that. It's like a kick.
That's right.
And a gator boot.
And suede.
All in one.
Yeah.
Suede, leather, gator.
Yeah.
Hype colors.
That's with the colors. Colors are the thing.
Wait. Nah.
Look, he wants me. Get your hair. So yeah, we got goals from the clothing line on our website. We have a clothing line, book bags, everything, jackets, hoodies, shirts. This is more like it's a movement.
Yeah.
It's a movement, and eventually, like I said, all the way to a theme show. Why couldn't this be like Disney?
Right.
Why couldn't it be?
Yeah, why couldn't it be?
The theme parks have started on less.
Yeah, have you talked to like anybody that does like animations or anything yet? Is there any of that?
We've been connecting with a lot of people. It just, Just, you know,
It's just a matter of reading the right one.
grinding.
It's a grind, yeah.
I mean, we like say technically speaking with starting of May of this year, you know,
Right.
even though we've had, you know, before that, but really launching everything. We've done some amazing things in a short period of time. We've met some amazing people in a short period of time, from a couple of mayors to,
Right.
you know, attorney generals, assistant attorney generals, and so on. So we're meeting some legit people.
Right
It's just
through it.
that, once again, when you want to cross over to mainstream and get this thing really in every environment that we want it to be in, we meet some resistance from time to time.
Yeah.
You know, we you know, whether it's we dropping off books at let's say a school,
Okay.
and we did that, you know, and at that point in time, you know, we started getting a couple of emails like, hey, we, you know,
sending the books back.
yeah, sending them back, this, that, and the
Like,
third.
wow.
And we're not just sending them to, we're sending them to schools that are getting a 1 out of 10
Yeah.
Okay.
in the
Below
Oregon
average.
area.
So the below-
they need them.
They
you
need
know,
that
they,
support.
they need
yeah,
that.
they need that encouragement.
And the thing is that when you're getting a 1 out of 10, when you're failing in anything, what does that mean? That means you're doing the same thing, expecting a different result. That means you're
Yeah.
educating kids that are not learning on the
Right.
level you're trying to teach them. I remember, for me, because I grew up on the south side of Chicago, up until about 8 or 9, then moved to the north side. The school system was different. I went from metal detectors and you know, old books, you know, nothing really technical, to a school all of a sudden that had a science lab and computer labs and, you know, 2 teachers in the classroom. So the whole thing shifted. So I had to learn differently, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I had teachers that were, you know, really, instead of standing and writing things on the board, they'll come sit next to you and say, hey, this is how you do this. Do you
so
need
they
help?
work with you.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're trying to get this into the same frame where people really look at it and understand that certain kids may learn differently. And if you put that in a rap form or a hip hop form
Right.
for them,
Yeah, they might pick up on it.
You'd be amazed of how some kid will lay dormant.
Yeah.
There are kids with autism
Right. It all of a sudden lights
that
up.
when they hear music and never took a piano class but can play it perfectly, you know what I'm saying? That's always a mystery to me.
Interesting, right?
It's very interesting how,
Definitely a
you know,
mystery.
and we feel that there's some kids that this might have the same effect on, that learning might take off for them like a rocket because it's in a different format that they really don't get a chance to see in school.
So, talk to me about, I mean, how much you know about like the actual process of making the book itself? Was that a rough?
He did it. Lawrence did it.
Lawrence did it. Okay,
He's
so Lawrence
he's
did
the, if you look here, he's
author and the
an
illustrator.
illustrator.
So he went and got them all
And-
printed. And
Yes.
Did you
Yeah.
draw them
Yeah.
up? And everything?
Yes, he did the drawings.
Okay.
He did the website.
Illustrating,
He's a pretty talented
editing.
guy.
Yeah.
Pretty talented guy.
We also have special edition books,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, it's like 2 stories in 1 book. It's
Yeah.
like metaphor, like you know, artwork.
Okay.
I mean,
Is it like
it's-
so artwork like the inside the book,
Inside
or so
the
that
book,
they can
yeah.
actually interact with?
Well, what we have is,
It's a story that he putting up, like we all putting up, like
I think it was $1,300.
yeah, 1,300 prize for like a kid that guessed the second story in a special edition book.
They
you
have to
know.
decipher it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
when you open up
So
the
if
special edition books, there's going to be some cursive writing and so on throughout
Yeah,
the entire
it's all
pages,
type-
and,
yeah.
Oh,
and the
gotcha.
kids have to decipher what that means. And at that point in time, when they email in or write in, if they're correct, then some kid's going to win that money, which is
Right.
definitely, that means they got to be on the A game, you
Yeah,
know. So
yeah, they
or
gotta
they
bring-
have to go to the app and read the book through the app that we have,
Right.
and at that point in time, they can see what's there and what's not
So-
there.
So this is super cool,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm stoked to hear more about it and dive in. You know, especially when we can like actually get into like the nuts and bolts of it being in my business mind, right? I'm like,
Right.
oh, that's cool. There's a lot of, I feel like there's opportunity there for like getting that exposure, but I think I also have another question on my mind. It's totally in a different
Right.
area.
Sure.
Right.
So Detroit, right?
Yes.
And Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Man, how do you feel about Portland? Like, how long you been
Alright.
out here? First off.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
Okay, and how you guys feel about it?
All right.
That's what I want to
I'll
hear.
let him
Let's
go
hear it.
first.
I love Portland. You know, it's.
What have you done out here so far, though? Talk to me.
It's-
Like about like what have you experienced?
I walk through the trails. You know,
Okay.
just it's like the air. You know,
Yeah.
real. I mean, it's beautiful. Like you know, everything like it's green, the mountains. And
right,
His,
right.
his kids go to school here.
Yeah, my kid.
Oh.
And they are the characters.
Yeah.
They dress up like the characters that's in the book.
Oh, nice.
They go to Park Rose Middle School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So his son.
They was one of them was Blues the Bee, and the other
For
one was OG.
Halloween,
No,
No,
we
or just in general.
remember
Yeah,
our the characters in our book.
revolutionizing the way the books are
Gotcha.
being delivered to the
Okay.
kids. So we dress up like the characters and deliver them because it's like it's invadable. You know, the
Right.
kids see the characters in the book, they read it, and then bam, you know,
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it
that's something they'll
connects. It's
remember
easy
for the
to
rest of their
connect.
life. You
Right.
know?
You can
They never forget it.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
And we working to get
Hey,
the
note
the
to
toys.
self. You remember I was talking about the please, what did I say? I said, please excuse this small interruption for, was it America or People's? For the People's talent show. I got to get this on that talent show because this is pretty awesome.
And,
So-
if you go down, we had
And that's like a whole
children's
video,
talent
right?
show
Oh yeah, that's when we were at the
Conroe,
park.
Texas.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
had a children's talent show. I think they won what 800. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to insert some of this in. Note to self and to the people.
Yeah, so the characters are absolutely real, and those characters, they, we show up at the parks, we'll show up at,
Right.
wherever people want us to come. If someone wants us to, like show up to come for an event, whatever it may be, they simply email us, drop a contact, in the
Right.
contact box, say, hey, we want you guys to show up, and they will show up in full force, HipHop Friends,
Right.
and have some
awesome.
fun, with some face
Yeah.
painting and some tattoos,
Yep,
and
taking pictures.
have a
So
good time.
have you gotten into some of the schools here then?
Nope.
Well, we was
Not
we went to, like he was saying, Clackamas Town Center.
Yeah.
We was at the Sub-Zero Nitrogen Ice Cream and Yogurt.
They sponsored
Okay.
us.
That's the first 30 kids got free ice cream at each mall. So
Okay.
we
So they sponsor, and then that's that money can then
Well, we-
essentially buy
well,
more books and
yeah.
more growth and start the
Well, we
getting the
didn't-
word out. And,
we just working to get our brand out, like
Yeah,
promote it,
yeah, yeah.
and
Get it
like I
out
said, we've been having a lot of, people resisting. So it's like,
Nah.
it's just now it's making us,
Yeah. They just can't see it yet.
yeah, we
You just
gotta,
gotta keep going.
yeah, it's
and
making
then it
us
gets
work harder,
there, and then all of a sudden, the people who see it are the people. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well,
You
if you think
so-
about it in this term, a while back, comic books were comic books, just comic books.
Right.
That's it. You got your comic book. The kids waiting on that next edition to come out.
Right.
Before there were cartoons, before the Superman cartoon,
Right,
no
before
Incredible
all
Hulk,
that.
before
Yeah.
Spider-Man, it was just simply a comic book.
Right.
Then one person, did one movie, Superman, and then after that, here comes a trail of Avengers and everything else afterwards that break every record we have.
Right.
There's always a beginning to something, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or Amazon. There's always the beginning, and the beginning is always rough and minuscule and ups and downs and trials and tribulations cost you money, both the trial and the tribulation. But eventually, if you can get past that rough start, there's something in the end. So for us, when we have our characters walking around, and whether it's the malls or the parks or out and about, kids
Yeah,
literally
it's
can't
gotta be
help
cool.
it. They want to come up. They want to touch them, hug them, take pictures.
Right.
They want, the parents have questions. Well, what is this about? And then we're right there with the book. Yeah, we're promoting our books, HipHop and Friends, and
Right.
we did story time right there in the park.
Yeah.
Totally random. No one knew we were coming. Just giving away the
Just
books. You
setting
can go
up.
on our website and see it.
Yeah.
And the kids, when it was time for us to go, one little girl, she's about maybe
was crying.
2 years old. She was literally crying. She
Believe.
exactly. She just kept hugging the
That's
characters.
awesome. That's what it's about, community,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So you just want to get to a point where we become so recognizable. If Mickey Mouse walks into
Yeah.
any one of these schools or hospitals, every kid knows it's Mickey Mouse.
Right.
We want to get to a point where hip hop walk into something.
Yeah,
and
I'm
some
already
kids.
thinking.
Yeah, hey, every character, that's Rhythm the Rat, because
Yeah.
right now, once again, speaking to the comic book characters, you pick one, it doesn't matter.
What
they
ages?
all know.
What ages?
The
Is
books
it-
are 4 to 8.
For that.
4 to
But,
8.
we have another book. I don't know the release date, but it's Molly the Magic Marker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be for like the older kids.
That goes up to about 12, I do
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, you know, just you know, work in progress.
Because it seems like there would be a huge opportunity right there, you know, because like when I see shows, you know, I'll go out to a lot of different music venues and stuff, and I always see this need where like the, you know, maybe the 14 to 18-year-old kid, man, they show out. They come out to these events in freaking packs.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're coming out the woodworks.
Yeah.
And so I almost feel like there's a huge opportunity there. I mean, especially if you could inspire those kids, right?
Yeah.
At such a crucial point when they're going from this to all of a sudden now having to become an adult and start thinking about how you're gonna have to pay your own rent. Because guess what? I'm kicking your ass out when you turn 18.
But you want to know that's actually part of it. It's actually part of what we're doing.
Okay.
Because on the back end, well, on the front end, we have the books for the kids.
Right.
On the back end, we have opportunities for the young adults, 18 to 28.
Okay.
Those will be our reps that also be promoting the books. Those will be our reps in New York and Chicago. They'll also be in these costumes going around promoting.
Yeah.
So it can literally be in every city.
Because imagine those characters around the 15 to the 18-year-old. Dude, they're going to be like, let's take a selfie. Let's take a selfie.
Yeah.
Can I take a selfie? Can I take a selfie?
Once again,
and when we was at those malls, that's what was happening.
Yeah, and his sons,
all day.
They know how to dance.
Yeah, 14.
It's like if you had like a, you know, like Snapchat where you can put a filter.
Right, yeah.
Like if it was like the, you know, like even if you had your HipHop and Friends, like a filter, and then everybody's taking a picture, be like, yeah, but do it on your Snapchat, put the filter on it,
right?
But see,
all day.
But see, that's what we did when we went to the malls. That was part of the deal.
Yeah.
You come up, you got your kids. Your kids want the free. We give them the little pamphlet. At that point in time, you go up to Sub-Zero, you get the free ice cream. But your kids got to take a picture with the characters, and you have to post it to your Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. At that point in time, it's boom, taking, you know, Hip Hop and Friends right here.
Yep.
Now we get the exposure. It's ground roots. I mean, it's grassroots. It starts off slow.
I want to selfie with them.
But
like
you love that, you know.
That's how I felt.
You know, and
Like,
eventually we'll get to where we want to go. It's just you know, like I say, when we say we meet resistance, realistically, I don't know if I can qualify it as a resistance. I can just really say we haven't met the right person. You might be the right person.
Yeah.
These viewers might be the right somebody. Might be listening, watching, and like, hey, I want to help these guys get this thing going.
Get it moving.
You know, now he's from Detroit, and me being from Chicago, I can tell you this because his kids go to school here. It's peaceful.
Right.
You know, where both of us, well, and also, you know, Q over there come from, violence is a big problem.
Right.
We were used to turning on the news or seeing it, hearing it, family.
Yep.
He lost family members.
Right.
I've lost family members. Yeah, man, you know, we've all, we've lost family members. It's nonstop. You know, I constantly get nervous when I get phone calls or whatever it may be from home. You know, because my mom calls me, it's always something. Thank God, 90% of the time something good, but you know, there's always that worry, like, you know, did something happen to someone? So yeah, I like the clean air, the mountains, because when you grow up in the city and you know, it's, you know, city living is way different. Yeah,
it's different, right?
Yeah, you know, the people are nice. People are very nice here.
Have you guys gotten the opportunity to kind of experience like all the microculture that we have here? And I say that like as in the jazz and the small little venues where they're playing their folk music and they're getting down and it's crazy. It's like,
it's a different experience, you know. Here.
I like the food carts personally.
And the food carts.
I love food carts. You know,
the voodoo donuts.
Yeah, Miss T's. Shout out to Miss T. She's got the best catfish.
You haven't done what? You looked at me like you ain't never heard of voodoo donuts.
Never heard of it. What is that?
That's like our local like celebrity spot, I guess. When I say celebrity spot, like as in when you talk about Portland, people are like, oh, you gotta try voodoo donuts, and they're like crazy donuts, man. They're like next level weird.
I've never heard.
They're different. Their donuts are like.
Right.
I mean, you know, one of their big highlights is I don't know if I should talk about it because we're talking about kid stuff right now.
Right.
But one of their big donuts is the cock and balls.
Oh, man.
Okay.
They literally like make a donut.
now we got to go by and see what they're talking about.
Then they have like Captain Crunch, and then they'll have like Cocoa Pebbles, and they have, you know, just they have like a maple bar that has bacon on it, and Dude, they're just good donuts, man. They're worth a shot. If you haven't tried some, but if you go on like a Friday or Saturday, there's like literally a line outside, and they made like like this little barrier so people can snake through it. It gets like that busy.
I can believe it. All these
crazy.
dispensaries around here.
I know, you're right. Everybody's all baked. They're like, let's go get ourselves some donuts.
Yeah. Because that's one thing we did know. They got a dispensary like on every block.
Dude, left and right.
Yeah, there's a lot of dispensaries.
Hemp is it's a huge thing right now. It's big talk when we talk about our economy here in Oregon. There's a lot of hemp going on, and CBD seems to be getting out there.
Taking off.
They're really exploring different opportunities with that too.
Yep.
I was just watching a video the other day about blocks, how they're making building blocks so you can literally build houses out of this stuff, and it's supposed to be really good for like avoiding powdery mildews and mold, and it doesn't allow that to grow inside the fiber.
Right.
And so they're saying that could be really cool. So we're really trying to dive into that, I think, as an economy as well. The hemp side, not just the weed side.
I've heard of one of you, I forgot, I know one of you guys residents bought the prison. It's a prison not too far from here.
Yep.
And they want to turn that prison into a homeless shelter.
Yep.
But unfortunately it's too far out.
Yep.
And so he wound up, it's just sitting there.
I believe this is, I want to say this is his name. I could be wrong. Maybe I shouldn't say.
No, he's a short, older kind of gentleman. I know.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I thought that was such a shame because I was watching a special about the homelessness and I didn't know. I mean, we see it everywhere we go. There's a lot of homeless people. Even where I'm from in Chicago, they don't allow them to just be anywhere.
Correct.
They, like downtown is clean.
And
they don't play that. They will move them.
And it's kind of along, from my understanding, at least the conversations I've been in where I've heard about him talking about this place, is it's not just a homeless shelter.
Right.
It's like a place of positivity and opportunity, and and I believe that's how the conversation always is. It's always about, well, how can we do it different? How can we do it better? Instead of it just being this homeless shelter and people just pile in there and that's what's going on. No, let's grow, let's encourage, let's bring that inspiration. Let's bring that positivity. Let's let everybody kind of back to empowered employees. And I believe, at least I like to believe, that that's where we're going as a world, is that we're going to this space where we have that freedom and we're starting to communicate as people too.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's from so much social media exposure to where we get all that exposure and we're like, okay, I'm seeing how these people are communicating.
Right.
Now I know I can do that, and then if somebody's doing something that's potentially what society sees as, oh, that's kind of bad or that's not good, that gives me this weird feeling in my stomach. Dude, we're like, hey, this guy is doing this or this lady is doing this, and guess what? I want y'all to know it because that's fucked up, and I want everybody to know that. And boom, all around the world. And I think that's accountability, and we all know that now. So we're avoiding going too far, right?
Well, I think, when I was watching the show, the first thing I thought about is you got a millionaire, I don't know how much he's worth, trying to do something positive.
Right.
He bought a property, I think he spent $12 million or something like that, that right now is a bust for him, just sitting there. Because he couldn't do what he wanted to do. Because the complication was that the homeless didn't want to be way out there, away from the city. And the first thing I thought, man, he's meeting resistance. Trying to do something positive, spent a lot of money, and he's meeting some resistance. So it's not just, us. There are a lot of people trying to do something good that have ideas. So, I think the idea concept came up that they can live there and somehow have a state job cleaning, doing this, that, and the third, helping the, every day they're transported back and forth. So at nighttime, when they're done, they go back, and that's where they're housed at until they find other housing situations. But there's a couple of buses that bring them out to Portland every day and let them do their jobs, and now they're making an income, you know what I'm saying? They're getting treatment if they have any kind of issues, and they have a place to stay all at one time, and they're helping to keep the city clean. Now that's what I call a win-win for everybody. Somebody's got to break the barrier and allow it to happen. Otherwise, when these temperatures get dropped down and you got people out here in these tents, it's not cool. So same thing else. We meet resistance. We have great ideas. We just need the right people to look at it for what it is. Somebody's got to be first. There's always somebody. Somebody that, like say, when Microsoft started and Bill Gates.
Right.
you know, in the garage, whatever it may be, it was always someone that has to jump out there.
You have my card? You need my card? There's not one in there? I think there's one in there by your station.
No, I gave it to them.
Oh, here you go. Come grab it, Brandy.
Come on,
This
TV.
is my card.
Come on, TV,
Right here,
Brandy.
Brandy. Come grab
There
it.
you go.
There she is.
Yes. Yes, thank you very much, Brandy. That was her one
She ran out.
highlight moment.
She did it.
Yeah, she's awesome, man.
That's cool. Gotta have good people.
So, which is hopefully someday we will get Brandy and Megan on here chit-chatting and talking shit as well, because we would like to highlight all the hard work that they're doing for We the People
That's cool.
as they're in there laughing and telling jokes back and forth. But anyhow, not listening to the fact I'm saying change the camera.
They'll get it. They'll catch it.
Anyhow, so I would like to try and get Q in here somehow.
Oh.
You want to drag a chair over here, man?
Yeah, come on, drag a chick.
You don't have. I know you don't have the mic on you, so you're gonna have to yell.
He can borrow my mic.
You're gonna have to yell. Oh, I want to ask you a little bit more about
okay.
Portland.
Oh, okay.
Come over here. Yeah, I want to ask you a little bit more about Portland, man. So have you done like the hiking or anything? So
Went through the trails. I mean, bowling, Dave and Buster's, and go kart.
Right.
Just the
Yeah,
simple.
we haven't. We have not gotten. We were in Bend, Oregon,
Okay.
and the river stuff was really beautiful to watch people. I've never seen nothing like that. Just literally people walking from their homes with big inner tubes heading toward the river.
Yeah.
We were like, where are they going? Because where we're from, you go into a pool or
Yeah.
some
yeah.
place for that.
know how the
These
river
people are
is like.
walking out their back doors, and into the river in mountain bikes that are going 60 miles an hour, it seems, that with their little motors on them, just
Right.
things like that we don't see in the Midwest where we're from.
Right.
No one's taking an inner tube into Lake Michigan, that's for sure.
Right. So Q. Can you guys hear Q? Hey.
Hello.
Are you guys picking up Q when he says hello?
Put your,
Yeah, we can kind of hear him through the other microphones as long as
Put your
he
mic on.
projects his voice. We're gonna
take it. Put it.
Okay. So Q, where are you coming from, man?
Detroit.
You're coming from Detroit too. So we got 2 Detroits and a Chicago.
That's right.
All right.
Bulls, Detroit Pistons,
Oh, so
Lions,
it's
Lions,
like
Bears.
sports.
Yeah.
This is Blazers territory.
It's Blazers.
You know that right now. We'll just put that.
It gets intense.
We're all
I gotta-
locking the doors.
Yeah, gotta give them some side every time to time. Detroit. Old Piston days. We still don't trust them that much.
No, hey, did you guys hear that there's talk about bringing Major League Baseball here?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
You guys deserve it. I think you guys
MLB,
can really rock a football team. Actually, I don't see
That
why
would
you
be
couldn't.
interesting.
Yeah.
MLB to PDX.
PDX, yeah.
Borrow one of these football teams from California. They got more than enough, and just bring one of them
Just
up here.
bring one
yeah,
up.
the
Yeah.
Portland Chargers.
The Portland Chargers.
They got more than enough
Yeah.
teams, easily, because this is definitely an environment where any sports team would
It
thrive.
feels like, right?
These people would love
Feels
it.
like baseball would be easy.
Yeah, baseball, I feel like it should be here already.
Right.
Well, you guys would need a dome.
Yeah, they're talking about it. I guess they've teamed up with the Port of Portland.
Yeah.
And so there's, hypothetically, everybody says it's a good idea, let's do it. Of course, MLB's got to make that call. So
They-
MLB, make that call.
Make it happen.
You hear me, MLB? Make that call. Major League Baseball to freaking PDX,
Man.
Portland. Major League Baseball to Portland. You guys hear it. You know it. The people want it. Everybody wants it. It's going to be a good time. Other than the people that don't like traffic. Those people are like, I don't know.
Yeah. Now, where would you put it?
Right.
Where would they put the? Well,
They have an idea past down there by, I don't want to say it's as far as St. John's Bridge, but like right down there in that industrial area.
okay.
So They got it all mapped out. They got renderings of what it would potentially look like and everything. You can check it out on their website.
Oh yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot.
It's always cool to see a new team sprout up somewhere, just like watching them doing, in Vegas with the Raiders. You know, we were there watching them build that stadium.
Yeah.
You know, we were in Vegas when they were just doing it. So to see it now come all together, it's like, man, that thing's gonna be nice.
So how many total is there on your guys' team?
Oh, I would say,
15.
Yeah, in between 13 and 15.
Oh, so you guys are a pretty big team.
Yeah.
And this is just since when again?
May
of
This year.
Of this year?
This year.
Oh, so you just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, the books were done, the website was done.
This the Oregon and Nevada chapter, and then LA chapter.
Okay. So you guys are teaming up with other places to get that doing.
But we're all family. We all know each other. We've known each other for years. Lawrence's, it was two of my daughters were in costume. Well, two of my daughters and one of my sons was in costumes when we first got everything heading in that direction. This was a couple years ago. They all had to go out to New York. We did the New York Book Expo.
Right.
So some of that footage is on the website too. And then his kids, we all know each other for many years,
How you feel about Portland?
I love Portland, man.
I'm telling you.
I love it's a different environment. The air smells better out here.
And it rubs off on you. Like it really does. Like
Everybody speaks out here.
Right. I came out here. So I got out of the military in 2008. And then I did like a little bit of a nationwide little tour on my own, where I was just like, I'm done with the military. I'm going to go drive the states and tear it up. I'm just going to see what's out there and say hi to people.
Right.
And, I ended up going to LA down there, tearing it up. We went,
Right.
I didn't get on The Price is Right, but I went to the show.
Okay.
Did
Uh-huh.
that.
I saw you back.
It was him.
I'm telling you, I was
Yeah.
I was in
Did
the
you have an
crowd
outfit
throwing
on?
up.
Did you have a costume?
I was like, woo!
No costume? Okay.
I was just go, man.
Because those are the ones that get on there.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Hold on. You drove around and you didn't go to Detroit or Chicago?
No, I did.
Okay.
Yep,
I was
I
say.
did. I went to Chicago.
All right.
Checked it all out.
Did you go
tore it up.
drive to the South Side?
I don't recall Detroit.
Right.
No,
I really don't.
A lot of people say that.
I don't think I made it to Detroit.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah,
I've been there.
skipped it.
I've been there several times. It's just really that big. It's really small town.
Sit up there by
not that
ourselves,
big.
so you got to, in order to get there,
You would've had to make it a point.
So everybody just always just try.
No, it's just not really.
Shit. Maybe I'll have to go to Detroit.
It's not really a memorable spot. You'll go again. You'll say the same thing. I don't remember anything.
Okay.
It's not special.
I did New York. I toured up in New York. Like I went. I stayed out there in like the Bronx, and then I went the Pelican or whatever, the train track.
Pelican Bay?
Yeah.
No, they had like the line. It was like some movie, and so I took that same line.
Oh, okay.
And checked it out, and then I went to like Statue of Liberty, but I went out to Mardi Gras.
Okay.
I went to Florida and swam with manatees. I went to where else did I go?
You swam
Mount
with manatees?
Rushmore.
You
Yeah, I
brave-
swam with
you a
manatees.
brave dude.
Beautiful.
Not doing
I'm
it.
telling you, if you ever get the opportunity, you have to do it. Beautiful.
I'm gonna be honest with
Made
you.
my sister cry.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's just certain things. That just as black people, we just don't do. Swimming with anything is one of them. We're not swimming. We're not swimming with anything.
So you remember earlier I told you? I told you earlier if there was an opportunity for me to dive in.
Dive in,
I'm
man.
gonna dive.
We don't do it.
I must know. I'm sitting here with 3 black men.
That's right.
And I want to know: is it true that black men do not, or not black men, black people don't like water? Is
I
that
don't.
true?
Water?
Yeah.
I would tell you, me personally,
I was a swimmer.
So, see,
I don't.
Stereotype.
For me,
Stereotype.
because a lot of African Americans have eczema, get some skin issues here and there.
Oh, okay.
So I rented a boat. I'll never forget. I had a boat, when I was running my company, and I had one of the big pontoon boats, whatever you call it, pontoon boats. I had like 25 people. Got
you're on
the
the
radio on there. It's got the TV and blasting
Living it
music.
up.
And then all of a
Like a
sudden,
party scene?
I'm driving, the water's hitting, splashing up and hitting me, and literally my face was starting to burn. Salt water
Oh,
literally burns my skin.
Okay.
Literally.
okay. So there's like a skin.
Yes, literally. And even as I got older,
Right.
chlorine in the pool would
Right.
also literally irritate me.
See, that gets me.
Yeah,
That'll get me.
the
That's-
chlorine
that gets
literally
me too.
dries me out.
Yeah.
I mean, and my skin is just irritated for
Right.
about 2 or 3 days after that.
You
so,
know who really doesn't like the water? Women.
oh yeah,
See, I was finna say to you,
Women.
when you were saying that,
don't like
you might
water.
be talking about black women.
Yeah, they don't.
Black
Their
women,
hair.
they don't want the hair.
It's the
no,
same
they'll
with us.
they'll do enough to take some pictures and look cute.
It's the same with these ones. I went out to Vegas and with a bunch of the girls, and my girl, she's clearly a white woman.
Okay.
And I told her, I said, let's go cannonball. Let's
Right.
go hit the pool and cannonball. They don't want a cannonball, man.
Oh,
They
man.
ain't trying to cannonball me. None of the girls wanted to cannonball. Yeah, they were just like, I'm not doing
Come
it.
to a pool party in a bathing suit and don't even get wet.
I know, they just stand, right? Like,
Well,
and-
Yeah.
now, see, the sad part for me, if I
Incorrect, prejudiced motherfucker.
for me, if I really want to go swimming, I gotta put, because he was laughing, he came
That
on.
was from a woman.
He's like, you got all these lotions and stuff. He's like, you got all these different lotions. I'd have to literally put special skin cream on, and it's an event before I even get in the water. I gotta do so
Right, you
much
got moisture up,
man, you know what I'm
put
saying?
the
And
SP.
then when I get out, the sunscreen, all kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
yeah.
Just to be able to have a good time. So
Right.
I had a couple of guys out here. They've invited us to go hunting, and we were like not doing it.
Salt water.
that's an
What's that?
interesting
Salt
one.
water.
Hunting one.
See, once again, man, look at here.
And being, what
Yeah.
do you call it? Salt water.
Cat-
Oh no, fly fishing.
Oh.
You talking about fly fishing?
No, they was like saltwater something where they take the boats
Uh-huh.
and I guess another boat drag. I don't know.
Oh, you talking
The
about
rafting.
Oh, rafting.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're dragging it. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, so like the boat is pulling the raft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hawaii.
yeah,
kind
I've
of
done.
like skiing, but with
Yeah.
a raft.
Raft.
Yeah, I've done that, parasailing, and a couple other things. But these people here in Oregon, like I said, they're extreme with jogging, mountain biking.
Outdoors, yeah.
Yeah, they love the outdoor. Camping,
Right.
and one thing that Oregon has that I cannot stand, they have spiders everywhere, man. I'm not a spider person.
Have you seen our big
Jesus
wolf
Christ.
spider yet?
No, thank God I
Oh
haven't.
man,
Where would you
that's
see
like,
that?
It's like a mouse.
Where would you see
seen
that?
that
at?
thing?
I've seen big. I've seen.
Okay, they're giving me the thing in here. I gotta wrap it up, folks.
Yeah, stop,
Man, look at them. They all came in all forceful, telling us what to do. I'm gonna drag it on now.
Empowered
Our friends
employees.
coming to a state near you and everybody's home, elementary school, local library, all across the United States, worldwide.
That's right.
You heard
Hip-hop
it.
and Friends.
We won't stop.
Hip Hop and Friends.
Perfect.
So,
We-
hey, thanks guys.
Thank
No,
you.
thank you,
Thanks
man.
for coming on.
Jason.
We the people.
We the people.
That's what it's all about, man. We the people.
Yeah.
And Zurich,
Yes.
Will,
Yes, sir.
and Q,
Shoot out.
Yep.
keep rocking the free world.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
man.
Appreciate you, JC.
Later, everyone.